This is Wisdom Gates radio station where we reach the world with good news and transform lives globally. It's past 10. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday morning. We started with the morning drive this morning on our broadcast, and we gave you the morning devotion from the daily devotional, and then we brought you the big three, where we bring to you the three biggest informative and entertaining stories of the day. And before this break and before you heard my voice, it was let's talk about the motivation, and we talked on don't give up. Damilola and the rest of the crew talked about not giving up and pursuing your dreams. But now it's past 10, and like the show you've been expecting, it is Achievers Airplane, where we bring to you guests, people, youths of the society who have made impact in our society, people who are making waves in the present day society. And we brought somebody here on the show, and she's here physically. So this time we will not have network issues, so we're not doing a voice call, we're not doing a Zoom call. Our guest is live in the studio, and we're happy and that she's here. We have Maureen Ike. Yes, you must have seen our flyer on our social media hands, on Instagram and on Facebook. Yes, our guest is in the studio today, and we welcome you to this studio. If you don't know her, yes, her book is what she's displaying right now, and we've shown it on our social media handles. Maureen Ike is a Christian youth who is making waves in our society. She's a proud author, and she's organizing a writers class in January. She's passionate about relationships and building godly relationships. She's a young achiever, and we celebrate her here on Wig Radio. Welcome, Maureen Ike.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm Maureen Ike, the president of Building Creative Minds Academy. One who is so passionate about building a healthy relationship, which is one reason why I launched this book, How to Build a Healthy Relationship Beyond Emotional Feelings, Beyond Emotion. As you all know, our society is a mess in terms of relationship, especially young lovers.
Yeah.
They want to go into relationship without having a direction of where they're heading to. And at the long run, they end up having heartbreak, breakup. And breakup is one of the most rampant menace in our society today.
Yes.
Which is one reason why I launched this book, to help lovers build a healthy relationship beyond how they feel.
Thank you very much for that introduction. So we'll go to the interview proper, and before we go into the books and what you've done with Building Mind and Building Creatives Academy, we'll start with your introduction. How did Maureen Ike come to be? Where are you from? What schools did you attend? How was your childhood like? Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Something about Maureen Ike is that she is one young, passionate lady who also believes in her potentials. Right from my formative years, I had no one to direct me. I had no mentor. There's no one to tell me, Maureen, you've got potentials in you. So I was just living life. It was of late, let's say in my 20s, that I began to notice that which I have on the inside, and I spotted that I will be very good in writing. And not that I'm very good in writing, I started writing right from my secondary school.
Wow. What secondary school did you attend?
Keke Senior High School is a public school.
Okay.
Then, so I just started as a motivational quoter. I write motivational quotes. That's all. So I didn't see it as something that I would do as I journey through life. It's all started like 3 years ago when I picked up my pen again and I started inspiring lives. And when I thought about it, that there is still more that I can do beyond just inspiring lives, I began impacting others on how to become innovative, a writer, creative. And just this year, I established my brand in January, and I can say that I've been able to train a good number of writers. And next year, January, will make us 1 year, and I'll also be training a new set of writers on our anniversary date.
Wow, thank you very much for that brief introduction. So this writing, now we've gone into details on how you came to be in this writing field. So this writing now, how did it start? Okay, so yes, you said you started writing motivational quotes, but what was that inspiration? What was that one thing that pushed you to be like, no, I need to start writing? Or some people don't even like to write. Some people feel writing is stressful, a waste of time. The stress of publishing, the stress of marketing, and also writing is kind of like a very hard thing to do. So what was your drive? What inspired you to write this book? Beyond emotion, yes. What was the inspiration behind the book?
One of my mantra reads that if you can dream it, you can achieve it. That has been my focus right now. And I'm so passionate when it comes to writing. I'm not being influenced, like I'm not imposed to be a writer. It's something that I love doing. I want my message to be read across the globe. I want when people hear me or read my piece, they'll know that yes, someone of influence is actually talking to them. I've been writing for years and it's like nobody knows me. Nobody knows me. So it's of recent that I begin to shine my light and God began to prove himself in my life too. So when I started out as a writer, like I said, it started out in my secondary school. I was just doing it out of passion. I didn't know that it's something I was still going to as I go through life. But of like 3 years ago, I pick up that pen again, like I said, and I decided to take my message outside my environment. Like it shouldn't be limited to Nigeria alone. It shouldn't be limited to Lagos alone. As I speak with you, people from Japan have been able to buy my book. Japan and one other country like that bought my book from Amazon.
Wow.
So this is my greatest joy, that the dream I always had, that my message will not be limited to Lagos alone or to Nigeria alone, and it's spreading the wings to other states, other countries, as is one thing that gives me joy.
Wow. Thank you very much. So now we've established the fact that you're a writer, something that has always been in you for a while. So why relationship? Why relationship? A lot of writers, they would rather write fiction, they rather write stories, they rather be storytellers. But why have you picked the relationship niche? Why have you focused on relationship? Why is it that okay, yes, you found your pen to write? Why is it not that you're writing novels? Why is it that you're writing fiction? Why is it not that you're just writing? Why are you writing in the relationship aspect?
Okay, when it comes to relationship, I love to talk about it. And being one that has gotten past experience on broken relationship, things that could make a relationship not to work. I've had experience and I've mingled with people who have built a healthy relationship and they ended up getting married.
Wow.
I feel if I can write on this topic, it will go a long way to help lovers know what to expect in relationship, and then they shouldn't have this high expectation on their partner. And one of the main reasons why relationship do break up is too much of expectation. When you expect that your partner will do this, your partner will do that, and you neglect certain things that you need to be talking about in the relationship, only to enjoy going out, get me shawarma, get me pizza, and all that, neglecting the most important topics to talk about. I feel that if I can write on that topic, it will go a long way to helping them build a healthy relationship that will end up leading to marriage. Because when it comes to marriage matters, you can't just walk the mile with anyhow person. You can't, because whoever you decide to do life with has a way to divine your destiny, be it positively or negatively. So I would only advise the lovers out there that they should be careful when it comes to their choice of partner, because when you say yes I do, you have said it. You can't undo it. The next time you are undoing the relationship, the marriage itself, you have become a second hand. No one will see you as somebody that just wants to go into that marriage anymore. You are praying to be remarried. So it's better to be single and happy, like you are happily single, than to be miserably married.
Sure.
That is just it. So I believe with this masterpiece, it will help them know what they should be talking about in relationship and how to build their relationship.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So yes, this is out of the place of helping relationships, helping lovers out there to build a godly and long-lasting relationship. So yes, is this your first book, Miss Maureen?
Actually, this is not my first.
Wow.
This is just 3 out of 4.
Wow.
So the first time my first book was launched last year August, and it is titled After Break of Wordness.
Wow.
After Break of Wordness, which was one out of my past breakup stories. I compiled them to make a book, so it can help those that are going through heartbreak bounce back on their feet and live purposefully thereafter. I strongly believe that after I've written that book, even me who wrote the book,
You became better.
I became better. Not only better, I became productive.
Wow.
The height to which I fulfill my purpose was not even there as at when I was writing it.
Wow.
So running through my first book and seeing what I'm doing today make me remember that there is indeed power in our pen, because it's also a guide to me as well. That is just one. The second one is though it's an ebook, not in print like this. This is the only print I have. Then the other one is how to publish on Amazon. It's an ebook as well. Then the last one, which I launched of recent in October, is the wedding planning guide. Plan your wedding without going back. It helps couples to plan their wedding without going back.
Yes. Thank you very much. Yes, you can see that the title of those books alone, are mind blowing. I know that if you read these books, you would have very great insight on relationship, and especially that marriage, on how not to plan wedding and go bankrupt. A lot of people now, they are pressured by what they see on the internet. They are pressured on what they see on social media. They want their ashwabi to be stoned. They want their wedding gown to be flown from Dubai, and they want their husband or their family members to empty their accounts, all in the name of doing a wedding ceremony. So I think you should get that book from Maureen Ike. So yes, being a writer, what are the challenges that come with being a writer? Are there any challenges you faced, even from your first book to your present first print book? What are the challenges you faced as a writer?
When it comes to writing, like so many people will say that writing is not their thing. They are not a born writer, or they are not made for writing. But one thing I would like to address my listener is that writing, no one is born a writer. Writers are made, they are not born.
Wow.
If you must become a writer, you just have to develop it. If a child is born now, you can't tell me that child's destiny will be a writer.
Sure.
It's as the child journeys through life and started discovering what he can do, he will realize that, wow, I can write. And even if you cannot write, you can actually look out for where you can get trained on how to become a writer. So when it comes to the challenges on how I launched my book, or the challenges I faced, I would say there are many challenges. There are many challenges. Writing a book is not a walk in the park. It's not. It takes focus. It takes determination. It takes thorough preparation. And sometimes, if you don't have a goal plan, like you don't set goals, on how and when you want to achieve your book, you find out that you are prolonging your book project till a time where the need for it will elapse. Do you get? If you want to launch a book now, you can just make a plan that, okay, I want to write this book in 3 months. Write and launch it in 3 months. You know, you have a plan, you have something that is guiding you. You work with that thing. Every day, what should I do that would take me closer to my book project accomplishments? Are you getting? So one of the challenges again is what people call writer's block. And majorly, this thing is not necessarily writer's block. It's just simply because we've not discovered what we can do and how we can achieve it. So many people write when they are listening to music, while some people prefer writing or getting inspiration in the library, or while some people get inspiration when they go to the park just to catch some moment, and the inspiration will flow. But if you are a writer, you don't discover this thing, it will be difficult for you to pen down your message.
Sure.
Because when you're supposed to write chapter 1 and you're in an environment that does not flow with you, you won't be able to write. You won't flow. I'm someone that my book here was written with my phone.
Wow.
If you give me a system to type, I have a system, but I hardly use my system. All my books were written and published with my phone.
Wow.
So if someone that doesn't understands what he or she can do with being a writer, they will think that to be a writer you must use a system. So that can be one of the challenge, and it can prolong the duration to which you can bet that book.
Yes. Okay, so now personally, even from the publishing of the book, distribution, marketing, how has it been? Getting people to actually buy these books, how has it been? Even just meeting somebody and say, okay, I am a writer, I do this, I do that. How has it been? Are people receptive towards the idea that you want to sell your book? Nigerians of nowadays, we know the way the economy is, and people are very, very spendthrifts. They don't really like to spend too much. And so how have you been able to market this book? How have you been able to monetize this book? Yes, it's a treasure you have here, but how have you been able to monetize? Has it been easy? Has the road been easy? Has the road been very rough?
Okay, like when it comes to book marketing, one thing that stand out for me, and I do tell my students, is that you don't just publish a book because you want to become an author. You must publish a book because you are answering to the needs of the people. I was speaking to somebody of recent, and I was telling her that when she told me about her book project, I said, "What's your book all about?" She's telling me it's one love, my love for something herself. She's talking about herself. There's something different between a dream book and a book that people actually need. If you publish a dream book might not solve people's problem.
True.
But when you publish a book that answers to people's need, especially relationship book, book that can help people make money, you will sell.
True.
Those type of book, you don't need to stress yourself. You will definitely sell it, because at one point in time your book is answering to people's needs.
True. Your book is a solution.
Now, if you get to look at Beyond Emotion, that is the major title of the book, Beyond Emotion. You will see how to build a healthy relationship beyond emotional pain. For those people that are passing through heartbreak, they want to know, how can they build a relationship that will not lead to heartbreak? Because when it comes to our emotion has been the major cause of broken relationship, because we don't know how to put it in place or in check. So we tend to put our emotion in everything that we do, and at the long run it leads to breakup. So when you publish a book that answers the question how can I cook, how can I do this, how can I make money, people will rush that book. So you don't need to struggle. And when it comes to marketing, you can pay some people to do marketing for you. You can talk about your book. When you go for an event, take your book alongside.